Andrew, welcome back to the studio. Today, I just wanted to recap this entire series on the Silver Tsunami that we did for people who haven't watched all of these videos and heard all of your excitement about this new, well, it's really an opportunity in society right now, in U.S., in American society.
Yeah, it's an opportunity on both sides of the spectrum. But yeah, we've talked about a lot. So we've talked about the buyer, the seller, the team, what the Silver Tsunami is. So yeah, let's hit some high points. So let's start at the beginning. What is the Silver Tsunami? The Silver Tsunami refers to this giant private business equity transition that's happening in the U.S. economy right now. So again, 10,000 people a day are turning 65. 51% of all privately held business equity is owned by baby boomers, and they need to retire because you can't work forever, it actually turns out. So yeah, so you got to retire and you got to have an exit strategy. And like we've talked about, you can't just go hand a note in to your manager and say, I'm getting ready to retire. You're in a business, you have to divest. And there's many different ways to do that. So yeah, that's the Silver Tsunami as an overview.
Got it. And the Silver Tsunami is this opportunity for older business owners to cash out of their businesses and use that equity, which has been locked up for years, to create a life for themselves or to create a retirement for themselves and a lifestyle. But it also is a unique position where there are highly functioning small businesses that younger generations can buy and not have to bootstrap it from zero.
Yeah, exactly. And so, we talked about the buyer a lot. So these are millennials pursuing entrepreneurship through acquisition. So people who are maybe in management already in the building, or people who are the next generation in the family line. Like you said, they don't have to start from scratch. They can take this business. They can maybe bring some of the tech or bring some innovative scaling methods to the company and kind of take it to the next level without starting from square one.
Yeah, and without getting stuck in a stereotype. But there are a lot of older companies that have not adopted all of the technology that is available. And so you may be buying at a higher multiple. You may be paying a lot of money for it. However, you can scale it and create more productivity.
Yeah, and I think it's a great story of the tale of two generations, right? It's like, so, the baby boomers have this like great ability to like generate cash flow, like low amounts of leverage, like the debt to equity, the cost structuring, like all these things are really optimal in, baby boomer businesses. And then you have this next generation that's getting ready to take over that are technologically innovative, that are capital, like they know a lot about capital. They know about different ways to use capital. And so it really is kind of this unique inflection point in the U.S. economy where you've got all of this business equity that needs to be transferred into retirement assets so that people can start that next phase of their life after exit. And then you have a group who is like, I need a retirement plan or a business asset plan myself.
Yeah.
And so I can now funnel my resources into pursuing that as a career.
Got it. So if it's the tale of two generations, which is the worst of generations, which is the best?
Which is the worst and the best? Oh my gosh.
Best of times. What I like about this transitioning happening now is AI is looming.
Yeah.
Right. And there's this fear that I can't just go work for another company because I will get fired or I'll lose my job, or even fact is they're not hiring as much as we would like them to be.
Right.
One set of job numbers isn't a trend. And so this is an opportunity to kind of pick up types of brick and mortar companies that will continue to do business.
Yeah, I mean, I was just having this discussion with a friend of mine earlier today, and the thought is like, maybe people aren't pursuing these kind of like long 40-year tracks in corporate America anymore, and they are pursuing more of a like small business strategy. I mean, we all know incredibly successful people who run small businesses, right? More successful, I would say, than, many people in corporate America, or at least equally as successful. And so this has kind of emerged as like a new market opportunity for people who, maybe a Harvard MBA once upon a time had no destination other than, a giant corporation or Wall Street. And now you see this kind of like acumen get brought down to a different level of the economy. And it's really cool.
I'm from a small business family, a family of small business owners. This is an opportunity, and hopefully one that is taken advantage of, where small business can come more to the forefront in the U.S. economy. and not just be bought up by aggregators.
Yeah, and I think that the returns that we're seeing in the early stages of the Silver Tsunami kind of like speak for themselves. And I'm talking returns not in the way that we would think of them as financial advisors, the S&P returns. I'm talking about the margin expansion that we're seeing, the returns for the business owner who take the equity stakes in these things. Like the returns are very competitive.
Yeah. And as you know, I don't like to create fear. However, for many of these older business owners, the time to sell your business is now.
Yes.
Because there is a window, and that window, and it's like, are you going to get it on the boom? Because if not, you're probably not going to sell it on the bust. And are you willing to sell it all the way to or hold on to it all the way to the next boom cycle? And not only are you willing to, but is your health able to? And if the answer is no, then you need to link up with someone like us or someone out there who has an aggregate team of valuation experts, people, accountants, CPAs, estate attorneys, an entire team to get around you to figure out what is the best way for me to exit, the most orderly way for me to exit, and to walk away with an optimal amount of cash in my pocket.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, something we talked about in our previous videos was you need the right team.
Yes.
And one of the tail risks is that you're going to wait too long. You're going to get in a hurry. I mean, you're right. The business market right now is whatever the real estate market was like 2 or 3 years ago. I mean, it is time to sell. And so assembling the right team 6, 12 months in advance, like that's going to be really critical. And bringing your normal CPA, your tax CPA may not be the best person for, your business transaction accounting.
No, they belong on the table,
right?
But just not as like an entire forensic accounting team that says, how do we get these books ready in 18 or 20 months so that you're going to get a better multiple for your company? Are they clean? Are you not going to get clawbacks from some professional buyer or for somebody saying, hey, you misled us? Like exactly. That type of clarity will make the exit so much cleaner, the break nicer. And then all you have to do is figure out what to do with the rest of your life.
Yeah, exactly. It's that simple. So, this thing that's been a part of you for, 40 years, all you have to do is say goodbye to it and figure out what's next.
Which is really exciting because at Conscious Wealth, we've started this peer group of people who have exited and figuring out what is next. But particularly with this peer group, there are individuals who are wondering not only like what is next because they don't necessarily need more money or they don't see getting more money as a path to happiness. They want to figure out, well, how do I have a positive impact in society? Yeah. How do I continue to be relevant and help others? And is it through business? Is it through nonprofit? Is it through governmental work, or is it some combination of all of that? And I'm excited about this peer group we're starting up.
I am too. And I think, too, in our experience with like entrepreneurs, and we know entrepreneurs who are 35 and entrepreneurs who are 65 and everyone in between.
Yeah.
And different points in your life are going to lead you to different things. Many people who are small business owners, or, we're saying small, but like some of the businesses get $40, $50 million in size. Not everyone wants to just go drink margaritas on the beach. I mean, that sounds great for like a week, but like you've got a whole new phase of your life. So how do you make that transition from operator, CEO to investor, advisor, like that next step in your life? And having someone to bounce ideas off of who's already been there or who is there right now.
Who's going through it with you.
Yeah, who's going through it with you. I mean, no bad.
I love it. Okay, well, thanks for coming in. I look forward to our next series. And everyone out there who's listening, look into our peer groups. Talk to us about getting the right team around an exit, and hope to see you soon.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, Brandon.
Yeah.